Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gwen, and today I'm here to go over the July Book of the Month selections and see what they are, what I think about them, if I'm going to pick anything, and also hear your thoughts on that. If you're not signed up for Book of the Month and you want to, I do have a link that gets you your first book for a discounted price. The link is in the description box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and go over the picks. I need to share my screen. Howdy, Jessie. Hi, Devin. Good morning, Brandon. All right, let me share my screen. They have 6 new selections this month. Let me get in my little corner down here that I like. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so 6 hardcover selections. And as you will see at the top, I don't know if you can see it or if it's too small. I have 2 books in my box from past months. So I'm really hoping I find something, but I did see kind of like a spoiler thing. And I don't think I'm going to be interested, but like we're going to go through this together. Let's see what happens. All right. The first book is a contemporary fiction, Finding Grace. It's a debut by Loretta Rothschild. A gripping, wholly unique tale of unexpected love, shocking loss, and looming secrets that fight to stay buried. I mean, this sounds good. Family drama, salacious, nonlinear timeline. Ooh, that's not my favorite. Graphic violence. Read this if you like. Well, it's a little hard to tell you without spoiling a major twist, but suffice it to say your jaw will be dropped. A distinctive and unusual narrative perspective from which to observe a story's events. Books that don't fit neatly into one genre. Is it a crime novel, a romance, a tragedy, or all of the above? All right, synopsis. Honor seems to have everything. She adores her daughter, Chloe, and her husband, Tom, even if he does work 100 hours a week. But her longing for another baby threatens to eclipse all of it until a shocking event changes their lives forever. Content warning, this book contains scenes depicting miscarriage, death of a child, and mentions of suicidal ideation. Okay, I rescind my offer. I do like the cover, but I don't think I will be choosing this one. Okay. How Freaking Romantic by Emily Harding. Romance. First comes love, then comes falling head over heels for the opposing counsel in your friend's divorce case. Oh, man. LOL, academic, salacious, enemies to lovers. I guess this is new where they're like, read this if you like, which I kind of like that they're doing that. A headstrong, independent woman learning to embrace her happily ever after. Chemistry that sizzles off the page, not to mention rivals to lovers, forced proximity, and a little workplace romance. Your romance novels with a side of complicated families, tight-knit friendships, and a dose of self-discovery. Okay, so far, it's sounding cute. Synopsis. Beatrice Nelson is what some might call feisty, those who love her, and others combative, those who don't. But no matter what you call her, she's a good lawyer and an even better friend. So when the marriage of her 2 closest pals ends in divorce, Bea picks a side and storms the office of attorney Nathan Asher to tell him exactly what he can do with his alimony petition. Unfortunately, what should end with a few choice words soon spirals into uncharted territory when Nate shows up at her NYU law office a few days later as a newly minted adjunct professor and her new colleague. Interesting. I don't know. I'm on the fence, but I'll be honest, I don't like the cover with the freak like that in the red. I don't think it goes, but that's just me judging a book by its cover. All right, next up, Among Friends literary fiction pick. I almost hit make my book of the month by Hal Ebbett. Quick take, a subtle, tense, and illuminating novel about the fallout of a shocking act in a tight-knit group of family friends. I like the cover. I had to go back and look at that. Okay. Kindly note this book is highbrow. Emotional, multiple viewpoints, heavy read, family drama. Read this if you like distinctive prose that is stylish, artful, and interior. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. I mean, I know what an interior is, but prose that's interior? I'm going to have to look that up later. Precise, thoughtful observations of everyday life that give meaning to the mundane. Ooh, I do like that. You know who else does that? Precise, thoughtful observations of everyday life that give meaning to the mundane. What's his name? Ethan Joella does that. And I do like that. I mean, I'm not interested in this book, but I do like that part. Close examinations of decade-long relationships and how quickly they can unravel. It's an autumn weekend, so if you're looking for an autumn book in the heat of the summer, here you go. At a comfortable New York country house where two deeply intertwined families have gathered to mark the host's 52nd birthday. Okay. That is that one. This book contains scenes depicting sexual assault. Alrighty then. Next up, You Belong Here by Meg and Miranda, their thriller pick. Years after fleeing her alma mater in disgrace, a woman returns to campus in search of her vanished daughter. Ooh, this is kind of reminding me of that Lisa Jewell book, The Night She Disappeared, maybe? Slow build, creepy, nonlinear timeline, academic. Read this if you like eerie, dark academia vibes. Think mysterious woods, creepy rituals, and students who are up to no good. Plots that are twisty, complex, and hard to predict. A crime novel with complicated relationships at its heart between mothers and daughters, towns and colleges, or long-lost friends. Beckett Bowery never thought she'd return to Wyatt Valley, a picturesque college in the Virginia mountains steeped in tradition. Her roots there were strong. Beckett's parents taught at the college, and she never imagined studying anywhere else, until a tragedy her senior year ended with 2 local men dead and her roommate on the run, never to be seen again. I mean, that sounds good to me. I might get that one. The Summer Storms, contemporary fiction. Let's see. Quick take. Think your family has drama? The Storms may have you beat with their twisted inheritance game and summertime antics. Romance, family drama, multiple viewpoints, salacious. A whip-smart beach read. Think island setting, a pitch-perfect romance, and juicy family secrets you can't wait to uncover. Watching a dysfunctional, wealthy family air their dirty laundry while also attempting to outwit and outprank each other. This one also sounds good. A book that makes you feel all the feels. You'll swoon, you'll cheer, you might even shed a tear. Alice Storm hasn't been welcome at her family's magnificent private island off the Rhode Island coast in 5 years, not since she was cast out and built her life beyond the Storm name, influence, and untold billions. But the shocking death of her larger-than-life father changes everything. I don't know. That one sounds good to me too. And of course, it's like a summary cover. So obviously, I love that. All right. And our last main pick is Maggie, or a man and a woman walk into a bar. Okay. Literary fiction. In this tragic comic tour de force, a young mother builds her sense of self after a divorce and cancer diagnosis. Female friendships, infidelity, mama drama, under 200 pages. Thoughtful, wry portraits of women starting over after the end of marriage, odes to the power of friendship and connection to help us through difficult times. Lovely observational writing that balances heartbreak, grief, and illness with joy, connection, and hope. The synopsis says a man and a woman walk into a restaurant. The woman expects a lovely night filled with endless plates of samosas. Instead, she finds out her husband is having an affair with a woman named Maggie. A short while after, her chest starts to ache. She walks into an examination room where she finds out that the pain in her breast isn't just heartbreak, it's cancer. She decides to call the tumor Maggie. Interesting. So it should have a content warning for cancer. Just saying. Okay, so those are our main picks. Finding Grace, How Freaking Romantic, Among Friends, You Belong Here, These Summer Storms, Maggie, or A Man and a Woman Walk into a Bar. All right, so let me know what you think about the main picks, and then we will go over the add-ons. All right, let's get back to the top. Good morning, Kelly. How's it going? Passing on the books this month, but I'm going to go with one of the audiobook picks. Cool. It's a skip month for Brandon. Made it. I never catch this actually live. Well, welcome. Megan Miranda is always a meh author for me. See, I kind of like her. And I have a book on my TBR by her that I need to read. Is that Daughters of Mine is by Megan Miranda, right? Not Megan Miranda. I'm officially done with her, sadly. Her books always sound so good to me, and then they usually end up being 2 stars or DNFs for me. Yeah, I would definitely skip after that. Hello. My main pick was How Freaking Romantic, and my add-on was The Summer We Ran. Awesome. I'm going with These Summer Storms because it sounds so good and I love the cover. Yes. Going to go back and get the Ghostwriter as my birthday month credit. Yeah, I need to add that on because that's an upcoming Sleep When I'm Dead pick. And I'm like, I might as well get it for a discounted price through Book of the Month. So, okay. All right. Let me look at the add-ons. Okay. I switched my screen. Let me make sure I'm sharing again. Okay. Here we go. So, new and recent add-ons. The Compound. I've been hearing a lot about this. I think this is like, is it like the Good Morning America pick or Read with Jenna pick? I feel like it's like one of those. Tune into the hottest reality show of the summer, set in near future world, both terrifying and eerie, familiar, slow build, unsettling, salacious, dystopian. I mean, I do love me a good dystopian book. The View from Lake Como. Okay, contemporary fiction. How Do You Cure a Broken Heart? For this Jersey divorcee, a trip to her ancestors' Italian hometown might do the trick. Inspirational, movie-ish, international love triangle. This Princess Kills Monsters. Okay, interesting cover for a fantasy. This delightfully queer and campy fairy tale romp is guaranteed to leave you believing in happily ever after. 400 plus pages, LOL, LGBTQ plus themes, and magical. Interesting. I guess that's supposed to be like a little fairy at the top. I don't know. Okay. A Family Matter. I feel like, is this new? I don't know. A woman's love affair with another woman fractures her family for generations in this shattering yet hopeful novel. I think I read about this one before, but I'm not totally sure. By Clara Lynch. Or at least I've seen this cover around a ton. Multiple viewpoints, LGBTQ plus themes, family drama, nonlinear timeline. So we have 1982, and then we have 2022. Oh, yeah. Okay, this one we've seen before, Other Side of Now. Yeah, we've seen these before. So maybe that other one was one that I've seen before. I have this on my bookshelves. I need to read it still. Okay. So I am kind of interested in this one. Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't know. I need to look up. I need to think about it because from the main books, like I'm going to look up my past ratings of Megan Miranda. I think my ratings are good. I'm not on the same side as everybody else. Okay. Let me look up Megan Miranda. What I've rate, like what books have I read by her? Maybe I just haven't read enough of. Okay, I've read Such a Quiet Place. All right, sorry, I messed up my thing. I think I've only read one book by her. Is that why? No, I've read 2. I read Only Survivors and Such a Quiet Place. So I read Such a Quiet Place rated at 3 stars. The Only Survivors I rated 4 stars. And I have Daughters of Mine on my TBR. Hmm. Oh, do you see how the don't is behind the you and the belong? So it's like you don't belong here. I don't know. I don't know. Let me look at the reviews. um, most people are rating it like 4 stars that have gotten like an early copy. I don't know. I'm going to debate, but you let me know if you're going to choose something, what you're going to choose, and if you're going to add anything on if you make a main pick choice. Okay? So that's all for the book of the month, selections, reactions, etc. But tomorrow I will be back to do Aardvark Book Club. And I know not all of you come to that live show because I can see the numbers of the people that come to this. And then I can see the numbers of the people that come to the Aardvark one. And you guys don't show up. I need to see you tomorrow. So I hope to see you there. Okay. Let's see what Brandon says. Form your own opinion, girl. If you want to try that book, I'll give it. I don't know. I'm going to debate. You scared me. But anyway, I want to see everybody tomorrow at the Aardvark Book Club live show. Okay? All right. I'll see you there. All right. Bye, everybody.